My name is Bond. Jimmy Bond. No, that doesn't work. Doesn't have the same ring to it. Hello, my fellow 007 fans, and welcome to my latest movie review, where today I review the 1954 adaptation of Casino Royale, which was actually televised, and it runs for only 50 minutes, based on, well, I say based on the book. I don't know how much of that is true, really, given that it's only 50 minutes. I would imagine that it's not that faithful to the book. It was actually part of a TV series called Climax. It was shown as part of that in America, and actually the whole film is on YouTube if you wish to see it, and that's how I saw it. And it stars Barry Nelson as James Bond. Well, actually, it's Barry Nelson as Jimmy Bond, because James Bond is American in this particular show, and Felix Leiter is not Felix Leiter, he is Clarence Leiter, and he's British. So they've switched nationalities for this one. You also have Peter Lorre as Le Chiffre and Linda Christensen as Valerie Mathis. No, not Vesper Lind, Valerie Mathis. The plot of this particular story, even though it's based on the book, I'll read the plot anyway. It's as follows. Combined intelligence agent James Bond comes under fire from an assassin. He dodges the bullets and enters Casino Royale. There he meets his British contact, Clarence Leiter, who remembers card sense Jimmy Bond from when he played the Maharaja at Durville. While Bond explains the rule of Baccarat, Leiter explains Bond's mission to defeat Le Chiffre at Baccarat and force his Soviet spy masters to retire him. Bond then encounters a former lover, Valerie Mathis, who is Le Chiffre's current girlfriend. He also meets Le Chiffre himself. Bond beats Le Chiffre at Baccarat, but when he returns to his hotel room, is confronted by Le Chiffre and his bodyguards, along with Mathis, who Le Chiffre has discovered is an agent of the Deuxième Bureau, France's external military intelligence agency at the time. Le Chiffre tortures Bond in order to find out where Bond has hidden the check for his winnings, but Bond does not reveal where it is. After a fight between Bond and Le Chiffre's guards, Bond shoots and wounds Le Chiffre, saving Valerie in the process. Okay, so the 1954 Casino Royale. Now, just to be clear, I haven't read the novel of Casino Royale, so I can't say how true this actually is to the source material, but comparing it to the other film versions of Casino Royale, well, we've got one amazing Casino Royale movie with Daniel Craig, and we've got one absolutely terrible one, which is from the 1960s, which is a parody spoof movie. I mean, in a way, it's a self-parody. Then we have this one, which, in my opinion, this is the one I would probably rank in the middle. It's neither fantastic nor is it anything special. It's just bleh. Like, I don't hate this movie, but I don't particularly like it either. There's just nothing to like about it. It just kind of lays there on screen, and it does nothing to pique my interest. Even though the movie's runtime is like 50 minutes long, this movie feels so goddamn boring. Like, I actually fell asleep during this movie. I mean, I did wake up early this morning for work, but I fell asleep and I had to rewind it because I missed the ending. And to be honest, I didn't really miss that much. There's a couple of action sequences here and there, a couple of brief fights, but they're nothing extravagant. What I do appreciate about this film is that it does have the glamour of James Bond, and obviously the official series of Eon hadn't been produced at the time, and obviously that would come later, but there is a certain glamour about it. I mean, it's a handsome looking production for a TV budget, but it's the story. The story is also kind of confusing. It's a little hard to follow. It's just like people talking about various things and not really much interesting stuff going on. And I mean, as for Barry Nelson, I mean, he's fine, but again, it doesn't feel like James Bond. It doesn't feel like he's playing James Bond. It feels like he's playing almost a caricature of James Bond, just an American version. It almost, in a way, feels a little bit like a sort of spoof of James Bond before its time. Not to the extent that the 67 film did, but it certainly has elements where you feel like, yeah, this kind of like it almost takes the mick with the characters in certain areas. I mean, Barry Nelson, like I say, he tries, but he's not given that much to do, and I don't find him particularly engaging. Peter Lorre as Le Chiffre, he's fine. He's okay with what he's given. He's not nearly as scary as Mads Mikkelsen, but he tries his best, and I think there are some good moments of confrontation between him and Bond. And I also like Michael Pate as Clarence Leiter, though it's weird that Leiter is British in this for some reason. And then Linda Christian as Valerie Mathis. Interesting that there's no Vesper, they just changed it to Valerie Mathis. I mean, her character's just a damsel in distress. You know, she's a former lover of Bond, and they use her as a love interest, which is okay, that's expected. And then they just tie her up for the rest of the film. So again, hardly worth mentioning, really. It's directed by William H. Brown Jr., and honestly, the direction is very sloppy. You can tell this is a TV budget. You can tell there's no sort of... Again, the script is boring. It's one of the most boring TV films you could ever see, because there's just nothing there. It's just... It doesn't really do anything to accentuate James Bond. It just feels like... almost like a James Bond fan film before its time, in a way, which is weird, like a fan-made version of Casino Royale, which is not the way it's supposed to be. I give it credit, it is better than the 67 film, because it's not as ludicrous, and it's not as over-the-top, and it's not as long as that movie. I mean, it's certainly not as bad to sit through as that, but the rest of the time, it's just... It was produced by Bratang Windust, and the music is good. I mean, there's some actually featured music from Jerry Goldsmith. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and it says featured music with Lee Stevens and Jerry Goldsmith. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. I mean, the music is fine for what it is. Like I said, there's a certain glamour about it, but there really isn't much to talk about, and it's only 50 minutes long, but it feels so much longer than that, because at no point does the story ever really take off. I mean, the thing is, it feels like the film sort of starts in the middle of the story and then sort of carries on, and the audience are meant to sort of play catch up with what's going on, and I don't think that works. And they should have started way before Bond gets to the casino, I think. Would I recommend this film? Only to Bond fans. I would say it's worth watching once if you're a Bond fan like me, just to see it, just to say that you've seen it. But honestly, you're not missing much by having not seen it. So if you're one of the more casual viewers, this probably isn't going to do it for you. So taking everything into consideration, there's good acting, good music, good sense of style and glamour. I'll give this one a 3 out of 10. I mean, I can't really give it much more than that. I can't give it any lower than that. Judging it as it is, yeah. I just wish it was, wish it wasn't as boring. That's the thing. It's just so dull. It's just so dull. So anyway, that's kind of all I've got to say about the 1954 Casino Royale. You know which one is my favourite, and I think we all can agree which Casino Royale film is the best of the three. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this review, and stay tuned next time when I review Operation Kid Brother. And obviously I'm reviewing these in preparation for No Time to Die, because that movie is now coming out, which is, thank God, I've booked my tickets already for that, so I'm really excited to go and see that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya. Bye for now.